Tonight, there's desperation near the border of Belarus. Migrants, many of them from the Middle East and Africa, armed with shovels and wire cutters, are trying to break through the barbed wire barrier and enter neighboring.
Not even one illegal will come to Poland, ever. Never. I said that not even one Muslim will come to Poland, and they called me Islamophobe.
Let me play this clip.
You're welcome to the Dixon's View. On today's video, we'll be watching and analyzing Poland, how they implement the action to prevent illegal immigrants from invading into their country through the borders. And I want to believe that if other countries are emulating Poland, their countries and their border will be safe for them and their national security. Let's take a watch of this video together.
Of some of the world's most vulnerable people, migrants turned into weapons in a political battle. Tonight, there's desperation near the border of Belarus. Migrants, many of them from the Middle East and Africa, armed with shovels and wire cutters, are trying to break through the barbed wire barrier and enter neighboring Poland, a gateway to Western Europe, and they hope a path to brighter futures for them.
If you don't mind, I would describe the difference between America
Please, it'd be great to know.
Because in America, you've got Congress and you've got Senate.
Yes.
In Poland, is the same. We've got Polish Sejm, which is Congress, let's say, and Senate, and then President, right? So, and every country in European Union has similar system. We have 27 countries in European Union, and from every country we have delegates to the European Parliament. It's over 700 members of European Parliament, depending on how big the country is, the population, the representatives, the delegations are different. So I was elected twice to the Polish Parliament, like I would say for you it's a state kind of thing, and then elected to European, and I was really shocked by ignorance, by lack of common sense in European Parliament, where Germans are leading. First of all, the whole problem with the biggest problem, in my opinion, I mean, illegal migration, started in 2015. It started when German economy was booming. They needed cheap labor, basically. They were looking for a cheap labor, so Angela Merkel decided, okay, so let's move people from Africa and other places in the world to Germany. They're going to work for less than Germans. We need hands to work. And then the campaign Willkommen started. But they found out, Germans, very, very fast, that there's no engineers, there's no doctors, but there are rapes on the streets. So she says, okay, they don't want to work, so let's spread them around. Let's say that this is European responsibility and solidarity within the European Union, and we're going to say that we're going to solve this problem. She tried to push them to Poland, and we said, no. Not even one illegal will come to Poland, ever. Never. I said that not even one Muslim will come to Poland, and they called me Islamophobe.
Let me play this clip. Here's a clip.
You got it?
Yeah, go ahead, Kelly, if you can play it.
How many refugees has Poland taken?
0.
And you're proud of that?
If you are asking me, if you are asking me about Muslims illegal immigration, none. Not even one will come to Poland. Not even one if it's illegal. We took over 2 million Ukrainians who are working, who are peaceful in Poland. We will not receive even one Muslim because this is what we promised.
But I asked not about illegal immigrants. I asked about refugees. And Jean-Claude Juncker, the Commission President, says that you're racist. You sound proud of the fact that you haven't taken any refugees.
Of course, because this is what our people are expecting from our government. That's number one. This is why our government was elected. But this is why Poland is so safe. This is the reason why we had not even one terrorist attack. Look at the streets in Poland, and we can be called populists, nationalists, racists. I don't care. I care about my family and about my country.
Now, I watched this and I searched it. Kelly, if you can search this as well so the audience can see it. What percentage of Poland is Muslim? Just search that. And if you can do it on Chrome, not on Apple, if you type in what percentage of Poland is Muslim, it would say 0.1%. You're one of the lowest Muslim population countries in Europe. Why is that?
Well, first of all, I think the main reason is that we never agreed for illegal migration. That's number one. But we have Tatars in Poland, very beautiful Muslims who helped us to fight during the war. They never caused any problems. The problem started in 2015 when migration started from Muslim countries. That's why they called me Islamophobe. It has nothing to do with Islamophobia. This is just a fact that from 2015, millions, not hundreds of thousands, millions coming to Europe were coming from Muslim countries. So that was a flat wave of Muslim illegal migrants. And we knew and we know that this is a hybrid war, organized by Putin through Belarus. So if someone is asking me how is it possible, it's very simple. We built the wall. That's number one.
It is now clear at every point they keep repeating, re-asking this particular question of him saying not even one Muslim will be allowed into Poland. Of course, as someone who is elected to lead and administer governance in his country, he has every right to do what he deems fit that will protect the interests of his people and the country. Let's say neighboring countries like Germany, Belarus, and others had taken same measures the Polish government has taken. Do you think the chaos, the insecurity, the lawlessness of illegal immigrants in those countries do you think it will be at the peak at which it is today? Your answer will not be more than or less than a no. These leaders had really failed right from 2015. They neglected what they should have considered more, all in the name of trying to be politically correct. Political correctness has become to political suicide to their home countries, to the people they are supposed to protect, to the borders they are supposed to protect. It has become a very big mess to them. And today, if you can see what is happening in other parts of the world, Australia, even the UK and the US, similar things are not happening in Poland. Just because people like Dominic Taczynski took it upon themselves to implement policies that will safeguard their country and citizens. Recently, someone was arrested and deported back to Syria, where he came from, just because he pretended and acted to be law-abiding before he got his citizenship to Germany. And the funny part of it, within the same day, if I'm not wrong, within the same day, he started to show his sympathy and support for Hamas, which is a terrorist organization. You can see in United Kingdom, Newcastle in particular. Let's watch this part of it together. You see how citizens of Newcastle in the United Kingdom are protesting, calling for the deportation of all illegal immigrants, because these are the people who eventually become threats to the society that are playing host to them. Most especially those who came from the Middle East, from Muslim countries, who come pretending to be seeking for a good life, for a better life, and living Islamic countries like Qatar, United Arab Emirates, Morocco, and others. When they arrive, these countries, these Western countries, they start seeking for Sharia law and try to be lawless, become disobedience to the laws of those countries, demanding for things they cannot demand even in their country. In fact, as a matter of fact, if you're from a Muslim country, why do you have to leave your home country where you have Sharia laws implemented already to a Western country where people there are Christians, and you know your activities, your way of life will not be compatible with theirs. Why do you want to change them? Why do you want to forcefully change their way of life to yours? And I think authorities in neighboring countries and other Western countries should emulate Dominic Taczynski of Poland and the Poland government with their policies, so that they can have a safe and a better country for themselves and their citizens. See? These are citizens, people in the United Kingdom, Newcastle in particular, calling for the mass deportation of illegal immigrants with no regards to your religion or your ethnicity. All they care for is mass deportation. Send them home. This call is not out of hate, but out of considering their own personal safety and their national security. We would love to know your views on the comment section. See you in our next video.